fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver, the Lone Ranger.
Hey, it's Joe Fish.
Hey! How's it going?
Hey, it's Joe Fish.
How's it going?
How we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Thanks for asking.
How's it going? It's been a while since I've seen you.
What was that?
It's been a while since I've seen you.
Yeah. I mean, it has been a minute. Joe, do you have the
All right.
feed pulled up by chance?
I don't, but I probably can.
Okay, no sweat. I can also pull the feed up over here. I just want the we should probably make that happen just so we can follow along in the comments. But Joe, this is Picto and Friends number 8. That's crazy.
Picto and Friends number 8. Back when we were at number 1, I didn't think it would last more than a couple episodes, but alas, here we are, number 8, getting to double digits soon. That's a big milestone.
We are certainly getting into double digits. Let me
Joe, let me ask you, when you first started.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
When you first started at Superworld, did you ever think that we would be at a point where you are working in your office every day, talking into your computer screen to me?
I do not like
to a bunch of people watching us online.
I do not like to think about past employers. I'm personally a guy who doesn't do that.
Okay, that's fair.
I like to look ahead.
The 10-letter network.
Yes, the 10-letter network that shall not be named. And you know what's funny is I realized that Picto Comics has the same amount of letters as Superworld Comics.
Oh, that's funny. The symmetry. Yeah.
SUPERWORLD.
Yeah,
that's 10.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Picto is only 9 letters, but
yeah, I was gonna say
math was never my strong.
Doesn't seem right to me, but you seem pretty sure yourself.
Yeah, I guess that's that's the gist.
I guess before we get started, Adam, I think we should just correct ourselves. We are actually going live with Atlas Comics on Thursday.
That is correct. Yes, that was
not Wednesday at 7:00.
That was Joe's foolish mistake.
That was dumb. It was real dumb.
No, I'm just kidding. That was a collective effort. That was not Joe's fault at all. Joe, you need a lamp. Adam, you need a haircut. Dad, I'm not gonna get a haircut for a little while. But Joe,
I can get a lamp. Yeah, I can
that's get a lamp. Fine. I understand both sides. I would say you could get a lamp, and I could get a haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only fair that he takes a jab at both of us.
I think he's doing that symmetry. He's got to be able to take a jab at both of us. Oh, and you're gone. So Adam, what else do we have going on this week?
We have a couple of things going on this week, Joe. We can start. We have a short box auction coming up. You want to start with the short box auction?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Did you plan on this or no?
Did I plan on?
Did you plan on showcasing the short box auction?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I think I pulled around maybe between 20 to 25 books that we have already listed, so we'll just kind of flow through them really quick. All right.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Up here, Avengers number 1. Really neat Walt Simonson sketch. I believe you actually showcased this one on the reel.
I did. Yeah, I just thought this was a cool Simonson sketch cover. And CGC 9.8. I mean, that's to get a sketch cover 9.8. Like, think about how much work like that he actually drew on that cover. So for it to still get a 9.8 after he does all that work to it, I think it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and I like how stylized this. I'm sorry, Matt Fish has texted me, asked me how to get on the stream. Matt, if you're watching, hit join stream. I can text you back too. I love how stylized and like 2D this sketch is. It's very simple, but I really like it.
Yeah, I know we've talked about before how like Steranko has such a designer eye. I feel like Simonson's in that same category. Like he just like picks the right spot to sign things, and he just like has a natural flow that I think it's almost like if you asked him, and again I can't speak for him, but I feel like he wouldn't even like notice it. It's just like it's a he just knows it has to go in the right place. Whereas like someone like Stan Lee just didn't have that same designer eye, so he would sign like on Spidey's face or whatever. Like there's some pretty bad Stan signatures. I'd be surprised if there was that many bad Simonson signatures out there. Same with Steranko. I just think they're like designers at heart, and you can kind of see that through in their work.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The next book we got, Joe. Shazam #4. I know you've always liked this CC Beck cover. I've always liked the CC Beck cover. I think this is actually a Fish family favorite.
Yeah, anytime you take a superhero and you make him short, fat, tall, skinny, anything besides normal, it's a win in my book.
Sign me up for Funhouse movies.
Yeah, and this is something that Billy Batson would go to as a kid, right? Like, you go into a fun house and you're looking at yourself as Shazam in all four mirrors.
Oh, of course, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, this is pretty high grade. I think most of the raw books that we listed for short box are higher grade.
I just tossed the short box books in kind of last minute because I pulled these all out for a showcase reel that we're gonna have up probably tomorrow. And gotcha. I forgot to mark them like with the rough grade range. I should have gotten a grab of that.
I'll pull it up on my end and I'll be able to talk about more raw books.
Fantastic. All right, cool beans.
Yeah.
Up next, Joe, Amazing Adventures #32 from I believe 1975, September 1975.
Yes.
CDC 75 white pager.
Yeah, that's just a cool book. Wanted to put in some more vintage books into the short box. Trying to have a good mix of just not modern stuff. I know they were really big into pushing
themed auctions.
Themed auctions, and I kind of like the you don't know what's coming next here on the short box auctions. It's kind of how we do it with Whatnot, and that's done us well to this point. So I figured it's kind of the same thing, just kind of all over the place. But a cool book, CGC 75 with white pages, always nice.
Yeah, what I think would be cool is if we did Matt, I can't see you. I see you're in the background there. You're in the back room right now. You're not on live yet, but we'll bring you in a little bit. So I think the short box, the themed auctions are cool when you get a collection. We have that war collection that we're working on right now. If you did obtain that thing, it would be cool to launch a whole war auction.
It definitely would be. Yeah. I think we don't slab too many books, so we don't have too many books that are graded already. So I think that makes it a little bit harder to do like the themed auctions.
But there's certainly some novelty to the themed
absolutely.
auctions.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Joe. Next book. Creatures on the Loose #26. This is a striking cover.
Yeah, this is a great cover, and CGC 9.6 for a book from 1973. White pages, and a bondage cover.
Bondage cover, Thongor. Like there's so much going on here. It's fun. Who's the artist?
It's a John Romita cover.
Is it a Romita cover?
Yep, John Romita cover. Mayrick art on the inside.
Yeah, very, very neat. Very neat to see Romita outside of Spider-Man.
Yeah, it seems like the theme for short box is dragons. Or these last two are dragons.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, I guess you're right. Let's see what the next one has.
There's no dragons.
No.
Pre-code horror though.
We got some skeletons, which I'm all about.
Always love skeletons. Is this Tales of the Ghost Castle, I think?
Yes, Tales of Ghost Castle. That's funny. The mask. Oh yeah, well you risk reading Tales of Ghost Castle. Yep.
Yeah. It's weird that they just make kind of the mask as Ghost Castle, but
No, Joe,
If you just
Bronze Age horror, you're a DC guy.
yeah, when it comes to Bronze Age horror, I think DC. It's tough to beat DC. Um, we've talked about it. I think it helps that they have original stories in most of them. But this is just a great cover. It might be Dominguez. Might be a Dominguez cover. I think
I
it is.
I believe I think I looked up notes on a couple of these. I think it's the Dominguez cover. Yeah, you know better than I would.
Yeah. Yeah, Louis Dominguez cover. This is in the mid-grade section in the short box range. I think this is towards the higher end of that, so it's probably in the 7.5 to 8.5 range.
Yeah, what I
Now
did
all
for
these
what I did for a couple of books that I did list this week was I added them into the seller notes. I added like our rough grades on the book, so you get a little
that's
more of an
funny.
accurate range. But
I did the same exact thing. I thought it was just a little bit helps the buyer out a little bit more if they know that like, you know, you're
yeah,
calling
yeah.
it a PF because 5.0 to 8.5 is kind of a wide range.
Well, yeah, exactly. Um, Joe, I don't know if you're paying attention to the chat, but we got some love in the chat. Big Alf says great looking Sig too. I think he was talking about the Simonson. I'm actually just catching up. Patrick O'Brien's checking in. Ilson checking in from the UK. Ilson, what's going on? It was great to meet you. Newsstand, Tom Hamilton, comic book fanboy, Mark Ozole. Guys, thanks so much. Culture Den is here.
Guys, thanks so much for watching. Yeah, it was fun meeting you, Ilson. That Elite show was a lot of fun last weekend. Definitely, hopefully, be back at the next one. Patrick, I see you had a good time at that signing that you went to. That looked like a lot of fun.
Was there?
No,
You went to a signing?
Remember, he was talking to us about that at the
Oh
when he came to
yeah.
the books? No,
Yes, the
I think
spot in
that was
Berlin.
good. Yeah.
Oh, neat. All right, Joe. On to the next short box book.
Yeah.
All right. This is a cool highlight. I believe this was also one that made the reel. TTA number 62. CGC 85 off white to white pages from 64. I always love these Silver Age Marvels, man.
Yeah, Silver Age Marvel, high grade, Tales to Astonish 6285 with, I believe that says off white to white pages, if I'm not
Yes, I believe
mistaken. Now this, I believe, is the first appearance of the leader, which is pretty cool. Now, I was going to say before, all the short box books were doing the same thing that we do on Whatnot. We did the last short box stuff. Everything's going to start at $2, so you should get plenty of steals and deals over there. We like to just sell things, guys, so it's going to be a lot of fun over there. This is the first leader. It's a cameo appearance of the leader, but just a great Kirby cover here. Love the Hulk, and then of course you have a Giant Man and Wasp with the split title here, which is really cool. And for 1964, 8.5, that's real high grade for that.
it even more beautiful in person, you know. I do love the split title like stories. I really love these cover layouts. I don't know why I'm attracted to panels on covers, but do you like picture frame covers better than non-picture frame covers, Joe?
It's funny, when I first started collecting, I hated picture frames. I thought they were kind of silly.
Really?
And in more recent years, I think picture frames are almost better than just the whole cover. I don't know. There's something about it I really like.
I'd understand constantly going back and forth about that one. I understand that constantly being an internal struggle, you know?
Yeah, but yeah, I would say 5-6 years ago, I really did not like picture frames. I thought you were taking up space where it could have had art, but now I really dig them.
Yeah, that's understandable. Joe, what are we thinking? It's 6:15. Do we keep going with short box, or do you want to jump over to some highlights for books? Do you want to bring Matt in? What are you thinking?
You want to show a couple of books, and then we'll bring Matt in, and then maybe we'll go back to short box and finish up the books.
That's perfect. All right. Let's see. Just anything you want to showcase? You want to go in order?
Whatever you have up, I'm cool with whatever. Now, so guys, these are available to claim. This is the first time we're showing them. Kind of like the claim shows we do every other week. So if you see something you want, you see something you like, just put in the price in the chat, and we'll invoice you tomorrow.
Awesome, man. Up here, Tech 139. I know that's blown up a little bit. I didn't have a chance to resize these, so I apologize, but we kind of get the gist.
Yeah, this is a cool book. This has a great Win Mortimer cover. It's also a great Boy Commando story. Now, I don't think you put in the notes. This is missing an ad page, so it's a VG minus 3.5 missing an ad page. Features Dick Sprang on Batman. It's also the first appearance of Detective Ling Ho, his dad, Mr. Ho. And the villains are Xing Far, Ding Hao, and Wang Hao.
Yeah, no, these weren't even remotely problematic. So these aged very well.
No, not at all. This also does have a great Boy Commandos story in here. It's a sci-fi Boy Commando story.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. And Adam, I have these on my desk. I don't know if it's better if we just show them because you weren't able to resize them.
I mean, you can. I mean, what I'll do is I'll pull up the kind of oversized scan here, and then when we close out, we can take a look at it on your desk if that's cool.
That sounds good.
Awesome. Why don't you pull that puppy up?
That one is right here. I'm going to take it out of the bag. So it's a solid VG minus. The back has some issues on this. Really clean spine. The front looks a lot nicer. The back has, I'm going to show you up close. Along the edge, there's some chews along the top edge there. And it goes all the way through the spine there, as you can see. And then, as we said, it's missing an ad page. But the pages, we just got a small collection of these detectives. The pages are really, really solid. Most of them are like white pages. This one happens to be off-white to white. But nice page quality on all these detectives. I think we have a Batman from that collection as well that is coming up.
I believe we do. I think it's an 87. Actually, you want to jump straight to the Batman?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Batman 87 is a VG minus 3.5, Joe.
VG minus 3.5. This has a couple pieces of tape. You're going to okay, perfect. This has a couple pieces of tape on the inside front cover. Solid book. I've never seen this Batman before. I really dig it. It features a Win Mortimer cover, and the first story is actually a Joker story, which is cool.
Joe, where does Win Mortimer rank on your Batman artists?
I would say he's probably towards the bottom.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I mean he's not one of my favorites. But he's solid. I like Win Mortimer. But I mean I think like Sprang, Robinson, I like Moldoff.
You don't put Mortimer and Sprang almost together?
No, I don't.
Interesting.
No. I really did Sprang.
You holding that one up?
Yep.
Awesome.
So this one is perfect. VG minus 3.5 here, with a couple pieces of tape for $2.15.
That's funny. I'm now looking at a bunch of Win Mortimer covers, and now I'm looking at a bunch of Dick Sprang covers like side by side, and I think they have a slightly similar style.
Oh yeah. I think Win Mortimer is solid. I just wouldn't put him up there with my. Who's your favorite Batman artist?
That's tough. It might be Sprang.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be Sprang, but I think Mortimer is up there. I don't know. I'd have to honestly really.
You're also a big Moldoff fan.
I'm a big Moldoff fan. Yeah, I do like Shelley Moldoff a lot.
All right, should we show one more book at him, and then we'll bring in Matt Fish?
Yes, Andy T. Fish. Frank Robbins. The detective is not a short box auction. No, we're showcasing stuff from the website right now.
Yep. Joe, actually, it's not up on the website. It will be going up on the website probably at the end of this week.
Books to add.
Some brand new books. Yep.
Excellent. Jose, did you have a book in mind or just any book?
Anything you got?
All right, we'll jump to Bronze Age horror. Vault of Evil number 7. Vault of Evil number 7 is a VFNM 9.0 for $25.
Yeah, I picked this one just because it's a killer cover there. Love this one. And as you were saying before, more of a Marvel, more of a DC Bronze Age horror guy, but these Marvel ones they put new covers on old stories, and they do a hell of a job.
Yeah,
sometimes they take
Ernie Chen cover art here.
Is that right?
At least inks by Ernie Chen. It's got a Werner Roth interior story.
Yeah, these all reprint mainly pre-hero stories with some Atlas horror stories as well. This one actually looks like more Atlas horror than pre-hero.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is Buckler inked by Chan.
Buckler inked by Chan. Okay. Yeah.
November of 73.
Yeah, solid book here. VFNM 9.0. Nice clean spine. I don't know if you want to pull me back up so I can.
You got it, Joe. There you go.
It's a solid book here. Clean spine, no creasing, as as a VFNM book should have or shouldn't have. Nice solid white back cover, and pages are off-white to white as well. So solid copy of a Bronze Age horror there. Pretty cool.
Joe, Andy T. Fish is asking what the detective, how much the detective was. Detective 139 is a VG minus 3.5 for 165. And Joe, were there any notes on that one?
Yeah, this is missing the ad page on this one, and then there's some chews along the top edge of the back cover.
All right, excellent. All right, should we bring Matt Fish in?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, for Picto and Friends 008, Matt Fish, give me a nod that you're ready to go. All right, excellent. Look at that. Without further ado, here is Matt Fish. What's up, big guy?
What's up, Matt?
What's up?
How's it going,
brother? Good, you?
Good.
Thanks for having me on tonight.
Thanks for taking the time to be here.
Of course, anytime. So
look at this. We're all stacked on top of each other like a
like it's the Three Stooges.
Yeah,
like
pretty much. That's what it is.
Although I don't think we put Matt on top. No. Anyways, we've got some cool stuff. I was kind of taking a look at what Adam sent me over right before we jumped on.
Yeah.
Some of the books not surprising. Some books a little more surprising. I didn't know you had some of the books you have.
Yeah. No, I there's some books that I know you're shocked by. I definitely know that. So yeah, I got a variety of stuff from my personal collection. Some stuff I actually hit my personal grail on, so I'm happy about that. Others I'm still trying to get to the grail. So they're not high grade, but I'm okay with
the grail, or should the grail come last?
The grail's gonna come last.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start
with boys.
So we're gonna start since I'm the Alfred of Robo Picto. I'm going to start with this Batman 21, which is the second appearance of Alfred as the Thin Man. It's not the highest grade, but I was happy to actually pick this one up. This is actually my earliest Batman book that I have. So,
and Matt, you actually don't have to pull it up.
Oh,
Adam's going to pull up the scans.
Perfect. That works then.
Yep. So it'll save you some effort, I guess.
Yeah, that works. Yeah. So yeah, that one was a good. I was happy when I got that one. It was just like. I was like, I need an early Batman, and that's probably where I should start with. And I got it at a really good deal, so I couldn't pass it up. So
yeah, and speaking of Dick Sprang, cool Dick Sprang cover here.
Yes.
And I think he did the interior art as well.
So
I've always loved this cover, Matt. I didn't know you had this book. This is the Batman that I've wanted for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
Batman
This
meets
is the
Catwoman.
sleeper.
Oh, that's funny. So Badback 83, our boy Ethan is saying that was the first Golden Age book he ever bought. This is the first Batman 21's first Golden Age book he ever bought.
Oh, that's
cool.
awesome.
I
What up,
know
Ethan?
that.
Yeah, I love how simple these early Batmans are. Like the backgrounds don't get too crazy. They're just like plain for the most part. I mean, Batman 20 was the same. It's just the cool yellow cover. But yeah, Dick Sprang, just hell of a job.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The use of dead space on these early Batmans is pretty wild. Like I don't think there's really any cover that's not all too aesthetically unpleasing, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. It's I mean, you know, I see what you're saying. It definitely is similar to Win Mortimer. I can see that in that Batman 21. I don't know. I guess something about Dick Sprang that just, you know, elevates it for me. And Matt, you said this is the second Skinny Alfred?
Yeah, no, this is the second Alfred. He's redesigned as a Thin Man.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's the second Alfred Pennyworth appearance. So me being the Alfred of Robo Picto.
Gotcha. You do our laundry all the time, so there's
yes,
that.
pretty much. Yes. I package all the books. So
next one. That's fantastic. Guys, you're not paying attention to the chat, right? Is it just me paying attention to this chat?
I'm not.
I don't
know.
All right, gotcha. Ethan's asking which one is Mo. Andy T. Fish is going to claim the detective. Joe, if you want to mark that.
Yep, I got it.
That is sold. Let's see here. I said Rabbi's Comics said he'd love that cover. Freddie checking in. Matt Fish. Freddie is saying hello.
What's up, Freddie?
Guys, thanks for being here. What's next on the list, Matt?
So the next book I want to show is this Airboys that I got. This Airboy comics. If you want to bring that one up, I know I sent you a picture of that one.
You got it.
This one actually is a pretty cool cover because I love the phrase that says "Get him, Bullet, finish him," and the aggressiveness of how the dog is featured in the cover is so great, and the guy's face is what I just love. It's just so cool. I actually picked this one. I know where this one I got actually at the Little Giant show, which I love going to in New Hampshire. I love going to Jason's show. I actually picked that up from Jason too. So
coming up April 5th.
Yes.
This is cool. Airboy, those Hillmans are always tough to figure out the numbers. This is volume 7, number 6. Or number 77, depending on how you can track it home.
Some of these Airboys I've had to search and I've given up because I'm like, this doesn't exist in any database anywhere.
No, it's tough to find these Hillmans. That's a cool cover. I know you're a big fan of dog covers.
I am, yeah. I got a lot of dog covers. That's one of the things like I try to collect myself personally. So like I collect Rex the Wonder Dog, which I have coming up next, which is a very early issue. Ace the Bat Hound. Anything that has a cool looking dog cover, I just try to get all the time. So some reason I got a dog and I don't know why. Just dog and Godzilla books are like my go-to, and Batman. So it's just
quite an array of collection. Have you found a Godzilla fighting Batman with a dog on the cover?
I have not. No, I have not.
He's after the four-legged freaks until they have 2 feet, you know?
Exactly.
That's the grail right there is Batman fighting Godzilla featuring Ace the Bat Hound.
Well, I got my Batman figures right next to my Godzilla figures here. So yeah, they are kind of fighting behind me here.
Oh, look at that. I can spot in that top left corner the Don Picton, the Godzilla head print.
Yep. I can put that in the back up there. Yep. Right up there. I'll pull that down. I can pull that and show that.
That thing's neat.
Yeah. So next, let's go. Another Grail that I'm happy. I'm going to start with the Grails now. The Space Ghost #1. When I got this thing was awesome to grab. First experience Space Ghost. Remember watching Space Ghost growing up with you guys actually and Dad on Saturday sometimes watching the cartoons. These are always it always just brings back memories to get something like that.
Yeah, I love these Gold Key one shots. I know we've talked about them before. Johnny Quest. I know Scooby Doo's not a one shot, but that book is great. Just anything.
The Hanna-Barbera Gold Keys are just I think they're and there are a lot of them that I think are vastly underrated.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? I should have sent you the back of this too, because it's got a great pinup of Space Ghost in the back.
Yeah, that's neat. I'll pull that down for you. Yeah, that's cool.
And I guess I'm just reading this too. It's the only issue that has a back cover pinup, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, because
Yeah,
a lot of
I
those,
didn't
I know like the Phantom Gold Key, which a little earlier they did the cover. They just do the cover on the back, so it's cool when they change it up like that. But
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
like Astro Boy. I know Adam, you're a big fan of the Astro Boy one.
yeah.
Adam Ant is a cool one. That's not easy to come by.
Magilla Gorilla.
There's so many of those one shots that are just great, and they're tough to find.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It is neat when they do the pinup not as just the cover, as like a completely different design. But
Now, Matt, did you buy that slabbed or did you get it slabbed?
No, I just got that back from CGC. He came back at 5.0, so I was happy with that. Yeah, that I bought it raw. I wanted to get it slabbed. I know you guys aren't fans of slabs. I like slabs especially because I don't know, what could happen to anything. So I like to have my.
Oh, don't hold on. Speak for Joe. But Joe, are you a fan of slabs at the end of it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think CGC is the end all be all. I mean, we've gone to dinner a few times with some guys from CGC, and they're guys. They're like us. They make mistakes. So when they're just, I don't like that. I like when people can look at their book and just be like, I think this is this grade. You know what I mean? Like
I have said it. CGC is just another arbitrary grader who happens to encapsulate. That's
until the robots start, until the robots take over and they can actually grade the book. Then when we start RoboPicto grading and it's literally robots, then I'd be
yes.
No,
which is coming. ChatGPT can probably grade a comic book right by now.
I would be surprised if by in a couple of years, if you don't continue to feed it information, that it couldn't spit out a grade for you, like a fairly accurate grade. Yeah, Matt, it's not that I don't like slabs. I think it's like there's something nice about the CGC case specifically. Like it's solid, it's clear. Like there's something about like picking that up and like showing someone like, hey, like this is. It's It's like showing a bearer bond that's encapsulated in a protective case.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It is funny because they're the first ones started. I mean, it's 25th anniversary, right? So it's started in 2000. Yeah. They did such a great job. Even the early ones, I like the case. I like the design of it. But it feels sturdy. They really nailed it right from the start with the case, because as we've seen with other companies, when CBCS first came out, the slabs were a little thick and they were a little heavy. As we saw with the slabs last year at San Diego, I forget what the company is, Adam. PSA. Those slabs are just obnoxious. They're giant. They're heavy. I know you kind of told that kid that came up to the booth that PSA kind of did a crappy job, and he was a little offended, like he worked for PSA. But I agree with you. Like part of it is the look of the CGC slab they do a nice job.
PSA aren't they a card grade? Now they do books too?
They announced well, in San Diego they had prototypes for their new graded slab comic slabs, and it was bigger than like a magazine, or maybe it wasn't bigger than a magazine slab, but a regular slab was the same size as a magazine slab, and I think it weighed like 4 pounds.
Okay.
It was heavy. Yeah, the plastic is very, very, very dense. I haven't seen many since San Diego, so I don't imagine that they're doing all too well with grading. Or there's no demand from PSA to do that. But
at San Diego, it seemed like everybody had the same opinion on it. It was like, this is kind of bad.
Yeah, we're all going to check it out just to check it out. But
yeah.
Guys, just to catch up on
what we got next.
We're going to go to my...
Hold on a second. Adam's comments.
I'm just going to catch up on some comments. Daddy is loving the Airboy, Matt. Thought the Airboy was sweet. Freddie was asking who's the order. Dad ruined it by telling him we don't get to play the game now. That's all right, but it's honestly probably better to just cut to the chase anyways, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's sometimes better not to play games.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's see here. Oh, is Adam Chili is wearing half a dozen shirts. I opened the window today, Ethan, and you got to be able to snort them. Freddie, I'm not sure what that means.
I think he's saying the book. If it's an old book to smell,
Oh,
that's,
yeah,
that's
smell
what he's
'em.
saying.
Yep.
Yeah. To get the smell, Adam, the comic smell. Come on now.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah. Well, all right. What do we got next, guys?
Batman 232, the English, the CGC one.
You got it, Matt.
This was one of my grails, and
right
I was
here.
happy to get this. So I got this.
Off-white pages.
Yes, off-white pages, 7.5. So this was one of my bigger grails to get. I've always loved Ra's al Ghul as a villain in DC. I'm a huge just DC villain guy, but Ra's al Ghul is probably one of my all-time favorite DC villains. I loved watching the cartoon. Reading this book was great. This was just one of my grails, and I'm happy I got this for my grail.
Yeah, this is a cool one. Obviously Neil Adams, classic issue. He was definitely on a killer run at this point. With the 227, the 237 is a fantastic cover. 234. This is just in that line. For me, it's one of the lesser ones in that run. I think he was just on such a run at that point. This goes towards the bottom, but still a great cover, and one of Batman's best villains, especially probably his best villain that wasn't introduced in the Golden Age, right?
No.
Like,
no, he was pretty sure he was just introduced here.
No, this was his first. What I'm saying is, like, is there a better villain that was not introduced in the Golden Age than Ra's al Ghul? So a villain who was
better.
I need ChatGPT to help me out here. A villain who appeared in the Bronze Age that is better than Ra's al Ghul. I don't think that it exists. I think Ra's al Ghul is the best villain in the Bronze Age. First appeared in the Bronze
That'd be funny. ChatGPT, write me a sentence and then just leave it at that.
Write me a sentence, please.
Write me a sentence, leave it at that.
What guys? What is it with Ra's al Ghul? What do you guys like? Because Matt, you've always been a Ra's al Ghul fan. What? Oh,
absolutely.
What is it?
I don't know. I have no idea. He's just so like a guy that never ages. I guess like he could just keep living if he keeps going to the, into the, what is it? Why can't think? I'm drawing a blank right now.
The Fountain of Youth.
Yeah, the fountain. Yeah, he could just go into the fountain every time. That's underneath, and I don't know. He just the accent, just everything about him.
I think he's a cool villain. I mean, and again, it's just a cool Neil Adams cover, 1971. Is it Neil inside too? It is. Yep.
Yes.
Adam Giordano, because a lot of those Neil Adams covers, you end up getting Bob Brown art, or because I think is the 237 Adam, is that Neil Adams on the inside too? It is Neil Adams. The Grim Reaper cover.
Oh yeah.
The 227 is Herb Novik art on the inside. That's what I was thinking of. So as a kid, like, if you get a Neil Adams cover and you're in love with Neil, but you don't flip it open, it's got to be a pretty big disappointment to bring that home, and like you spent your 15 cents and you bring it home and I like Herb Novik, but if you're thinking you're getting Neil Adams in it and you come back and you get Herb Novik, it must be pretty disappointing.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I mean, this cover is honestly amazing. It's always been really, really iconic, and maybe it's just because of the significance, but I've always felt like this is, I'm not a big Neil Adams fan, but this cover has always stuck out to me. Ethan is asking, would any of you prefer the book colors be something other than green, which I don't think it's an awful. I kind of like it though.
I like the green because it's like I remember the Lazarus Pit. So it reminds me of the Lazarus Pit color that he goes into.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's a neat book. This is definitely a U-book, Matt. I'm glad you have such a decent grade on this.
Yeah, and then so if you want, you can go to the next one that I sent you of this one as well, that my wife bought me.
The foreign?
A foreign edition of this. I have a foreign edition of this as well, but I don't have. This is not slab. But I love this too. But the green is a little bit lighter on the cover. But this was also like pretty nice of her to get me. And I think Joe, you assisted to get her to help find this for me, if I remember correctly. She told me.
So, it doesn't ring a bell, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. I have a
You help out on a
short-term
lot
and
of
long-term memory loss.
Yes.
But this is a cool book. I mean, I'm a big fan of foreigns. I think
Yes.
I think they're a cool way of getting first appearances. Do you know what year this one came out? Because the 232 is 1971.
I got it right here. I can open it real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's no problem. It's right in front of me.
Matt, as you take a look there, I'm just going to catch up on some comments. Let's see here. Andy T. Fish, he said, maybe I got the order wrong about the greatest dad. I think he is the greatest dad. That's absurd.
Yes.
He got the order wrong. Maybe he gave the order wrong in the chat. I don't think he did, though. Rube is saying that one of the problems with slabs is you eventually have to replace the sheet of microchamber paper they place in the book. Rube, you're absolutely right. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. They'll just, take it and then you got to send it back to them every 5 years. Let's see here. I think we're good. Yeah, Matt, this is Spanish, right? This is a Mexican edition?
Yes, this is from 1972.
Okay, so it's a year after.
Yep. It's a year after, and it was $1.50 for it.
Always neat when it's so close,
Yeah.
So it went up in the price.
Just real quick, I would put Dad at the Dick Sprang level of Batman artists, if in terms of dads. So he's definitely up there. He's not a.
Meaning he is the best.
That's for sure. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, but if you think Win Mortimer is good, then you can argue that he is Win Mortimer.
Yeah, but I think Dick Sprang is the best.
Yes. Yes. Yep. I agree with you there.
And is it every 5 years that they tell you to change out your slabs?
I think so.
Is it?
I don't know, does CGC have official guidance on that?
I don't know. So that's a good question. Watch it be like every 6 months they tell you to get it rehauled. It takes months to get them graded.
Yep. Pay full price. Yeah. Matt, what do we got next?
Rex the Wonder Dog #3. This is my earliest Rex the Wonder Dog cover. I grabbed this up in Salem. I remember where I got this from.
These thumbnails are tiny, tiny, tiny. Just give me 1 second. I should have named him. Here we go. Rex the Wonder Dog.
Yep. So again, me liking the dog covers and everything, thought Rex the Wonder Dog would be cool to get. And this is my earliest issue I have of Rex. I have about 8 issues of Rex the Wonder Dog, but I'm all over the place on my numbers.
Matt, this is the earliest one you have?
Yep. This is the earliest one.
This is cool. It's a Gil Kane Cy Berry cover. And
yes.
Actually, the Rex the Wonder Dog has Alex Toth art on it. It's Alex Toth Cy Berry.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, which is cool. Also features Infantino and Giella art.
You're a huge Cy Berry fan, aren't you, Joe?
Yeah, I like Cy Berry. Longtime Phantom artist. I mean, I love Alex Toth. I don't know how Toth and Cy Berry looks. I don't think I've ever seen that combo before. So I'd love to flip through this and see the first story and see how that team looks. But I bet you it looks pretty cool. This is cool, Matt. 1952.
Yeah.
And
another early one.
This is great. A Dog's Life text article by Raymond Perry. Is it all animal stories? Yeah, it's all animal stories in this, which is cool. A few
that's wild.
Is that Rex Wonder Dog stories, which is cool?
Is that how all the Rex Wonder Dogs are? Are they all animal stories? It does just happen to be this?
I pulled up on comics.org. What we have is we have Rex the Wonder Dog Circus Detective, which is the cover story. Winged Fury, which is the Infantino Giella. Animal Wonderland, which is Martin Nadell. K-Line Corner, which is a 1-page comic story. And then it ends with a Rex the Wonder Dog, Gil Kane Cy Berry story.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of Gil Kane Cy Berry throughout, just flipping through them, like throughout various issues.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, Matt, are you trying to put the Rex the Wonder Dog run together, or are you just picking out the covers you like? Or
so I'm trying to do right now. I'm just trying to see how many I can find because there's not a lot of them out there that from what I've seen.
Yeah.
I haven't seen like I said, I picked up this in Salem with another issue. I'm just trying to find because I don't see them at a lot of shows or a lot of times. So like I look for them at shows mostly because Instagram and like the whatnot shows I don't usually see. You don't see stuff like this.
Matt,
Or
where did you pick this up?
the comic shop in Salem.
During Joe's wedding?
Yes.
That's funny. We both had books we picked up at Harrison's on Joe's wedding day.
Yeah. I picked up this in another I think it was 18, I want to think. 18 or 17. Also I picked up at up there as well.
That's neat. We're like we have like a 5-book collection that should warrant some sort of a pedigree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we could.
I didn't actually pick up any books on my wedding, so I should have gone with you and
Sad.
purchased
one book.
Matt, those 50s detectives are tough, and that's probably why you don't see them. Is they don't come up too often. It's a real tough error to find, and it's all across all titles: House of Mystery, House of Secrets, some of the lesser titles like Rex the Wonder Dog, even like Batman, Superman from this era are just they're tough. They're tough to find. It's like that early 50s stuff is really really hard. Yeah. I know even Archie, I tend to look for peps from this run because they're tough to find. And when you do find them, they're usually beat up. That one looks pretty solid. That looks like it's a nice mid-grade copy.
It's probably about a 3.5, I'd say.
Yeah.
The spine's got couple missing pieces on it. So
that's cool.
It's not in terrible shape. And like I said, for me, it doesn't go by. I don't mind if it's an extremely low grade. I'm not going to get upset about it. I just want the issue, So like that would be something like, I'm trying to get all the Rex the Wonder Dogs, but I'm not like rushing to get them. I'm more just like, okay, if I see them, I'll pick them up. If it's if I know I can get it at a acceptable price for myself, that's all.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, yeah.
Is it Grail, True Grail time now? Is that the last one, or do we have a couple more?
We have one more and then the True Grail. We have Detective Comics 254. So I love this one. You got that one? Yeah. With Ace the Bat Hound. So I just love this cover because of the harpoon gun on it.
And this is a multi-oldie, that's for sure.
Yes, it is. And I actually picked up the that McFarlane figure that they just did that has Ace, and it has this cover in the background as the comic too.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's funny. Yep. I was at your house and I saw that. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's
is this the second Ace?
No, this isn't. No, his first is 92. His second is Batman 92.
Yeah.
His first is that's his first. His second is Batman 97. This is like his probably fifth or sixth appearance, I think.
I wonder why they chose this to put with the action. Is that the action figure that they? Yeah,
this is the figure. I really can't. I don't know if you can.
Yeah, there we go.
I didn't take it out of the box. I didn't want to take it out of the box. I thought it was just really cool for now.
And then behind Ace, Adam, is the comic. You can see. Is that actually comic?
That's really cool.
Detective comic.
Oh yeah, it's on the back too, Matt.
Yeah, there. Sorry. Yeah.
I don't realize that's fun. That is super fun. Wow.
Yeah.
So
it's cool that you have that particular issue.
Good pickup. All right, Grail time. This is probably my favorite book. I had 13 copies of this book until I was able to get this high grade issue. The Demon #1 from 1972 by Jack Kirby.
Yeah, lay it on us, Matt.
Etrigan is I think one of my favorite, my all-time favorite character for DC. I love the story. I love the art. I love the way he's designed. I love how Kirby just did the whole run of these. This is one of my favorite runs to read. I also loved when he made an appearance in the Batman the Animated TV show. That's one of my all-time favorite episodes to just go back and rewatch. Like I could rewatch it 4 or 5 times.
Is that a 2-part episode or is it just the 1 part?
It is a 1-part episode, okay. I believe. I
believe, if I'm not mistaken, and it's been a while since I've actually gone back to watch the Batman animated series. I believe they either crash into a cake shop or Like
Yes.
in the background, there's a cake shop,
Yes.
and the cake shop is actually called Kirby's Cakes.
Kirby's Cake Shop. Yes, it's Kirby's Cake Shop. It's called for Jack Kirby, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just watched it the other day. That's why I can say that. Yeah, Etrigan's probably one of my all-time favorite characters. He's again probably like just because he can he could either be a hero or he could be a vigilante. Like he's like kind of like both. He's a vigilante or he's a villain or a hero.
Yeah, he's that. Yeah,
He's
just like that Punisher. The
the Punisher. Yeah. So like I've always loved, and like the way he's designed is just so cool. And it's a true statement. These guys can back it up. I did have 13 copies at one time of this book. So
yeah, I'd say it's psychotic behavior, but I understand it. As this is honestly, I think this is some of Pete Kirby personally. I've always found his work on the Demon to be just overly striking. I think that heavy black, this cover specifically, is like the colors, the heavy blacks. It screams Kirby, and it's just I find it incredibly iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam, I'm with you. I think this is Kirby's peak. I know, the '60s Marvel stuff is pretty great, but I don't know. I just feel like Royer and him were such a great team. He kind of just was let loose at DC, and you got this like crazy stuff, and it's just a great character, great designed character. I actually on my phone I have a picture. Maybe we'll share it to Instagram after. But Matt, I think of you every time I see it. It's a fat demon. It's a guy.
Yeah,
who
dude, I love that.
And he's overweight, but he just owns it. But he usually is like the Kirby crackle. He's got like the Kirby, the hard lines, which is cool. He really did a nice job on that cosplay.
So, but I remember seeing that cover, that picture. You showed me that before.
Yeah, but great cover and great story here, just throughout. And again, when Kirby kind of they let him loose and did some amazing stuff.
It is kind of let's see. Jack got that mask design from a Prince Valiant story. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. That's funny. Matt, Rupe's Big Daddy bought the demon off the newsstand. That's pretty neat.
Nice. That's awesome.
Oh, cool.
I always love hearing that. And then every time I see that Kirby book, I think of Matt. It has Awesome Art in it. That's from Rube. Yeah, it is kind of crazy that Joe, you just said it. Like when he was let loose at DC, it was more or less like the dog is out of his cage, just like let him run rampant. And like that's It's crazy when you have creative freedom, like what you can you don't get to cage the greats,
Yeah, sometimes too much creative freedom is too much.
I mean, look at but you fail with no one to blame but yourself. So like when Ditko has completely creative freedom and he does Mr. A, no one gives a damn because he's like, all right, well, this guy's a psychopath. He's just ranting. So it's like, you kind of police yourself in that sense. But
yeah, it's nice to have some checks and balances sometimes. But I really dig that era of Kirby. And when I first started collecting, because I remember Ted's a big original art collector, and we had him on the show last time. So we talked about art a lot. The Kirby 70s stuff, especially Demon, was like nobody wanted it. Like it was going for fractions of what his Silver Age stuff was going for, and I remember looking at it and being like, this is, I think, better than some of that stuff.
That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
There's some great like in every issue you always get. There's always one, like, to me it's like one or two amazing pages that it just looks epic.
Yeah, he did. I think he did for the most part in this. So you had the title splash page, and then it flipped open, and then pages 2 and 3 were a double page spread.
Yes.
It was fantastic. He did that a lot. Yeah. I don't know if it was the whole run, but it's a majority of the run, and he was doing that a lot at DC at that time. Just really cool. It like really hits you. He kind of like walks you into the issue, and then bam, you get a 2-page spread, which is awesome.
Matt, Andy Dubish said take him out of the box, which I think he was referencing your Batman figure.
Yeah, I know
Oh.
he is. He told me before. I just gotta get a better display shelf for it because I got the racks I have right now they have holes, so I can't put anything, and it's gonna fall down. That's why.
More
And
than
then
fair.
one last one before we let Matt go. Royer was the most faithful inker to Kirby pencils, bold, broad ink strokes that works great with Jack's pencils. I think that's.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Royer is definitely up there for some of the best Kirby inker, I think. Is he going to be a little giant, Adam?
He will be a little. Yeah, my girl will be a little giant.
Yeah. Really nice guy. If you're going to Little Giant, April 5th, it's a fun show. Stop by and say hi to Mike. Who knows how many more shows he's going to be doing.
Yeah.
Matt, are you going to be at Little Giant? Are you coming up?
I am going to be coming up. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool.
I should be there.
Maybe you can take one of your raw copies of Demon 1 and get Mike to sign it.
Yeah, probably should.
How many copies of Demon 1 do you have left?
Not that many.
Oh, okay.
Not that many. I've been selling them all. So.
All right, Matt. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
Appreciate it.
Matt Fish. Matt Fish 34. Go give him a follow.
Go. Fellas.
All right.
Good night. Love you too.
I would never say this. I would never say this. I would never say this to his face, but I adore him and love him very much.
I love a good Office reference.
All right. Joe, we're getting asked,
yeah.
Are those blacklight posters behind you original?
They are. They are all original.
That's crazy.
I think you can see all of them. The last one on the edge here is Iron Man, the Gene Colan Iron Man image, and then we have the Conan upstairs in the studio. If you watch every other Tuesday, we're up there, and I think that's all of the ones we have. They came in a couple of different collections that we picked up over the years, and I know Jose and I were big fans, and I was able to work out a deal with Ted to keep them. So,
Joe, what do you think? You want to go over a couple more books we have?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, excellent. All right, just how about this Lone Rider?
Lone Rider is great. This actually is.
There are a couple of notes on here. This is missing.
Yeah, it's missing. There's a piece out of the first page, and it affects the story. So I'll open it up after, and I'll show you guys that. This is from December 1954. It's cool, great cover here. Iger Shop cover and art actually on the Lone Rider story, and then Ken Battlefield on the Apache Kid. But big fan of these Ajax.
I think Lone Rider is I think he's a cool character. Talk about some of the neatest getup. I know that there's some artist now who is like I think he's like modeled himself after Lone Rider, like his stage persona. I want to say it's Orville Peck, but I could be wrong.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's neat to see somebody have sort of influence in the current generation. I'm trying to get this off the screen so you can show us, Joe. There we go.
Yeah, so solid VG50 here. Nice colors. There's a pencil date stamp right above the R right here. It's very light. And then, as you can tell, the page out right here. There's a piece out of the first page, and it affects that ad and then the first page story.
Joe, can you think of what do you think is the most popular Ajax title?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. I would have to look at some of the Ajax titles themselves.
It would have to be some pre-code horror, I imagine.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah, the pre-code horror ones are definitely probably the most popular. I'm just looking up. Oh, the Giant Battles are cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because those are because it's Ajax. Ajax then it becomes Ajax Pharaoh, right?
Yeah, yep. So I mean, if you're talking Ajax Feral, it's Voodoo, right? It's got to be Voodoo. Looking at the list,
Yes. Okay. Yep.
Voodoo's probably the best title. It ran for 19 issues.
Yeah. Fairly sought after.
Yeah, that's definitely the biggest one. Although Lone Rider ran for more issues than any other Ajax Feral publication, which is kind of cool.
Lone Rider's the longest running.
Yeah,
Ajax
26.
title?
Yeah,
That's freaking crazy. Wow, I
yep,
didn't know
Voodoo
that.
ran for 19. Haunted Thrills ran for 18. Haunted Thrills is another one that is definitely up there. So you're right, it's the pre-code stuff.
Yeah.
Which much like Kirby's art, the Ajax was kind of secondary on the pre-code horror list, and then finally it's gotten caught up with the rest of the pre-code horror craze.
I know the guys love Voodoo 8. You ever seen Voodoo 9?
I probably have. Let's see.
That thing's cool. It's like a ghost coming out of the witch's cauldron. It's with the.
Oh yes, yeah, that one is cool. Yep, I've seen that.
I've never seen that before. That is freaking neat. All right, Joe. What do we got next?
How about you got the Vampirella?
I do have the Vampirella. I do not have that. Yes, I do.
This is cool. It's Vampirella number 110, which is the third.
You can get this. Yep. Never mind. I just talked over you. Keep going.
Oh no, you're good. Why don't you go and then I'll go?
No, because my comment wasn't of any sort of. It wasn't productive at all. You lay it on us.
This is just a cool cover. Third to last issue from the Warren run. Cool double cover. Good to very good 3-0. It's got a little bit of a spine roll. We'll take it out to show you guys when Adam takes this off the screen, but it's only $14. Just figure we have some cheap magazines in the show. They always seem to be somewhat popular. And we are back. So a little bit of a spine roll here, and then just some spine stresses, and then the back cover has some issues. It's a black cover, so every little thing comes up. But a cool devil cover here.
You know who drew interiors for this?
I did not look up any notes on this, Adam.
Your boy Alex Toth.
Oh, Alex Toth.
Yep, there's an 8-page story in there called Torpedo 1936.
Yep, I think this is it right here. Yeah, Torpedo 1936. That's cool.
That is neat. It's just funny. We were just talking about Toth.
Yeah, I love Toth.
All right.
I'll put this back in the bag.
You got it, man. I will make this. I'll make you disappear so you don't embarrass yourself.
Thank you.
Very not that you were trying to.
No. That's a genuine thank you. Yeah.
You don't have a Mark Hamill, dropping his pants incident, which I just saw that video this morning. I know it happened like weeks ago, but that was hilarious. Mark Hamill,
that was pretty good. Yeah.
He deserved every bit of that. I don't really care. Joe, we have some more Bronze Age horror. I think we have a Ghost 79.
I believe it's a Ghost 79. Yep.
We did not discuss this one earlier, right?
No, we didn't. Nope.
No. Okay.
This one almost fits there.
Ghost 79. Fine minus 5.5 for $22.
Yeah, this is a cool cover. I'm gonna pull up the year.
I'm gonna beat you to it.
Oh, this is fun.
August 1979.
Oh, all right. Look at that.
Let's see here.
Great skeleton cover. My lantern is going out. I'll be lost in this cavern forever. I don't think he's gonna make it to forever.
Let's take a. You got that up?
Yep.
Let's take a look at it. Sorry about that.
Another dark cover here. Just a couple of spine stresses along the edge, but solid copy. Nice gloss, and then the back cover is pretty solid as well. New Tales of the Weird and Supernatural.
It's neat. You can almost tell where we're at with American culture by looking at the ads in these. Like there's a Red Rider, not a Red Rider ad in the back of that, but some Daisy like 870 BB gun.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. always interesting. It's always I was thinking about it the other day. I was reading a Bernie Wrightson article, and it's interesting that we kind of went away from horror because superheroes got big, and then I don't know if like there was just like superheroes kind of they weren't on the back burner by any means, but like Bronze Age horror gets hot all of a sudden, and like we have it. There's a pendulum, and it swings back and forth. It's like
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
and it's always cool to see. The only thing that hasn't swung back and forth is I feel like war and Western comics. I feel like that went one way in the 50s, and then it stayed there, and it hasn't really come all the way back yet.
Yeah, it's funny because for how significant I feel like cowboys are in pop culture right now. Like I feel like everyone's dropping a country album. It seems like, cowboy culture is huge, but no one cares about westerns. But war has always been I feel like war books there's some guys looking for them, there's some guys starting to look at those.
War's definitely come back. The Foxhole title is red hot.
Yeah, yep.
Some of those harder to find. I know Our Army at War 83 has always been a real popular book. It's almost like some of those, not Foxhole, but Our Army at 83 is almost like a superhero book. Like Sergeant Rock is almost viewed as a superhero, which I guess
that's funny because I actually have a reel that I assembled last week that I'm going to try to drop this week that talks about Atlas War versus DC War, and one of those bullet points was DC sort of opted for more iconic, like stylized heroes as opposed to grittier war stories.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, they did. You're right. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Robert Kanigher kind of saw it as a continuation of adventure stories versus Stan Lee was like, let's tell stories from guys who actually saw combat,
Yeah, and that's
like,
and there was plenty of them.
Yeah,
a bunch of guys were in the war.
Yeah,
Stan
exactly. All right, Joe. Another. I think we got a couple more. We got this Fighting Five from Charlton. This one stuck out to me.
Yeah, this one's cool. So this is the second appearance of Peacemaker. It's a VF. It's a nice copy. A VF for Charlton is super high grade. Let's see what year this came out. This is 1967. And the Peacemaker is actually the backup story. I believe it's Pat Boyette art on the Peacemaker, but it's pretty cool. It's a cool splash page. But so the Fighting Five is the main title here, and then Peacemaker, who appeared in the issue before, and then this is the second appearance. I think this is a better cover than his first appearance. Cool, another dragon cover here, or not dragon, but monster reptile underwater, which is cool. And again, solid VF copy here. Nice shape, nice gloss. No creasing. Solid copy. Oh, and here I am.
I'm sorry. I should be giving you a heads up.
No, that's okay. So as you can see, really nice gloss, and then the spine is just super clean. This book is just tough to find in decent shape.
Yeah, Master Serio cover, and then yeah, like you said, Pat Boyette in the interior.
Yeah, look at this Pat Boyette splash. Really cool.
Oh yeah, that thing is great.
Yeah, that's the second Peacemaker there. And then I think, Adam, there's two more books.
I think you're right, Joe. Let me just pull them up here. Is it the Tomb and the Ghost Manor?
It's the Ghost Manor and then the Wonder.
Did we look at the Tomb 13?
The Tomb 13 was last week.
Oh, that's funny. All right.
Sold last week. This is Ghost Manor number 34. Cool pink cover here. Another high grade Charlton. It's a VF 80 for $25. I love this cover for I love the cover for the layout. I love the cat peeking through the keyhole. I love how the really cool. Masthead sits in the dead space up top. This is neat. It's great. Yeah, 1977 here.
Very surreal, I think Dolly would have liked this one.
Yeah, and it's got the great Charlton Comics Group logo on the top there, as you can see.
Yeah, that's your favorite Charlton logo, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
I think that's the most iconic.
Yeah, it really is.
Let's see here, 34. Yeah, Sanho Kim cover, and then Demetrio Gomez on the Frozen Corpse story at the start. Sanho Kim on the Old Man's Cat. I don't even know these names, but this is from November 1977.
Yeah, none of them. Flipping through it, and none of them looked familiar to me.
Yeah, I mean credit where credit's due, obviously, but now it is beyond me. This sounds like some artist that the mob might have hired to draw some comics for him, you know?
Yeah.
Which is kind of what Charlton Comics was, if I'm not mistaken.
And then the last one, Adam, is a Wonder Comics number 3.
Yep.
Great Schomburg war cover here. Love this one. Calling a good -1/8 for 250. The cover and the centerfold are both detached on this one. But really, really cool cover here. Grim Reaper Schomburg cover.
Poor Man Timely, right?
Yeah, I guess Poor Man Timely. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I think Pines is it is funny. I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but the Schomburg love is really starting to, I mean, not starting to, but it has died down since, I mean, you and I were there during the pandemic. I feel like Schomburg was the guy. Like that was it.
And like you just said, like it all kinds of swings back and forth. All of a sudden Baker gets hot again, or a guy like Schomburg gets hot again. All of a sudden LB Cole gets hot again, and then it cools off. And as we saw it last year with Dave Stevens, his stuff just went crazy for a few months there. And it just happens with a lot of these guys. Something sparks interest back into some of these guys, and it just comes back. But now is definitely a time to buy some of these cool Schomburg covers, because like you said, he's definitely not. He's still a great talent, but it's just not as popular as it was even a few months ago.
For some odd reason,
Yeah. So this one's cool. I don't know if you want to show me back. I can just quick show the spine and stuff here. So again, this is solid. Calling it a good -1/8, mainly because the cover is detached and the centerfold is detached. But as you can see, the little bit of a spine split there, but it is a solid book. Nice copy.
Joe, Last Frontier 92 is asking what the major defects are. Is it there's the spine split?
Yeah, there's a small spine split, Scott, right here at the bottom here. And then I would say the major are the fact that it is detached at the centerfold and the cover. So as you can see, it is tough angle here. Scott, I'll send you some pictures after the show so you can get a better look at this. I'm trying to think of what else. So besides that, there's just some paper loss at the spine, like where the staples were, and then a couple of small tears there as well. And then there is a subcrease right in the middle. So
he is saying he'll take it, Joe.
Okay, cool. We'll write you down for it, Scott, and then we'll send you some pictures. And if there's a problem, we can work it out.
It's like you read my mind.
Awesome. I think that's it, Ab.
All right, Joe. What short box auction on Thursday?
Short box auction starts Thursday, ends Saturday. I believe it starts at 7, goes till 10.
I think it starts at 10, goes till 7, but don't quote me on that.
Starts at 10? I see. Ends at 7 on Saturday.
But you know what? We already got enough wrong. As we're right here, let me take the 4 seconds to take a look at my phone to see when the auction actually starts. Okay. Yep. Starts at 10. Starts at 10 on Thursday, ends at 8 time, either 7 or 10, I imagine, on Saturday. Somewhere between 7 and 10.
It's probably 7 on Saturday. But just keep an eye on that, guys. Those will be going up. And we'll be live with At Last with some great books on Thursday starting at 7 o'clock. We'll be going like right after our Whatnot show that starts at 5:15 with Andy. So no change in the Whatnot schedule. we'll just be going live. There might be some crossover, but Andy usually finishes up about 7 o'clock anyways. So,
all right, I guess that's it.
That's it. That's
John,
all I got.
John, I do not have all the EC books. I do have. Oh, the slipcases behind me. No, I'm actually missing the Joe. Which one am I missing? Gunfighter, Saddle Justice, the Western one, right? And then there's
the Western one. Yeah,
the third. There's a third title in there, I think. I could be wrong. Yeah, John, I have a near complete run, but I'm missing a few of them. I'd probably say I'm missing 3 or 4 cases altogether. But they're neat. Those are cool items.
They are very cool.
All right, Joe. I think we're good.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Matt, for hopping on. We'll be back. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Whatnot 5:15. And then again at 7 at Last on Instagram with our buddy Ryan.
Sounds like a plan, Joe, and I will see you. I will see you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Have a good night, everyone.
Right. I love you, Joe.
Love you too.
Thank you.
Calling all cars, the copyrighted program created by the Rio Grande Oil Company. Los Angeles Police calling all cars, attention all cars, broadcast 8. Call your station regarding a possible kidnapping. That's all. Roll control. It is 5:30 in the evening, the rush hour in the big city, the peak hour for accidents. At the Georgia Street Receiving Hospital, we listen in on one of the constant series of emergency calls.
A man's been run over by a streetcar at the corner of 8th and Hill Street. He'll die unless help gets here quick. How fast can you get a doctor here?
8th and Hill Street? The ambulance is on its way now and be here in 2 minutes or less.
And so it happens hundreds of times a day in the many cities and counties where Rio Grande cracked gasoline powers the ambulances and emergency cars. As the call for help is coming over the phone, the ambulance driver is signaled and steps on his starter. The engine roars instantly into full power. No choking, no delay. With clutch out, the driver awaits the address. And even as the location is given him over the loudspeaker, he is rounding the corner with Rio Grande cracked gasoline pouring power into the rear wheels. More power, more speed, more acceleration than ordinary gasoline can give. That's the reason more police cars, fire engines, ambulances, motorcycles, and all other emergency equipment are powered by Rio Grande cracked than any other gasoline everywhere it is sold. Because it is manufactured in America's newest, finest cracking plant by the most advanced process and most costly equipment known to the petroleum industry. Rio Grande cracked has the advantage over all other gasoline. It costs more to make Rio Grande cracked, but it costs you no more. And if you will use it in your car, you too will enjoy police car performance.